What's up, YouTube? I'm back and I've got some big news to share with you. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one of my videos. I know it's been a little while since I've posted anything here. I haven't really been working on the YouTube side of things since November of last year. I was planning to pour in more time, more hours, be uploading twice, 3 times a week, but unfortunately, the work I was in at the time, it just took over my whole life. I ended up working evenings, working weekends here and there, and it just made doing the reselling side of stuff impossible, and especially the content side of things. I had to put the business first and make that extra money during Q4. So you may or may not have known, but for the past 2 years or so, I've been a full-time video editor, working for an agency, working on some of the top podcasts in the UK, creating content for them. I personally thought this was going really well. I was hitting all of my goals. I was meeting all my targets. The clients seemed to be very happy with the work because it was bringing in the results. It was bringing in the money, should I say. And everything was going great. But coming up until the end of last year, things started to just get a bit too much for me on the clients that I was working for, and I'd negotiated a change within the agency to be put on something else. But to my surprise, on the first day back in January, I hopped on a call with the boss and he terminated my contract. Obviously, you have those harsh feelings when you get sacked. You get a bit annoyed, you get a bit riled up. You don't fully understand why this has happened. But after some time and processing it, these things happen. It's just a part of business. I understood that. My contract was what it was, and he had the ability to close it, and he did. Now, I'm not here to rant or hold judgment about any of this. I'm just trying to explain to you my situation and what's happened and how I'm dealing with that going ahead. So once I got that call and I was told I was basically getting the sack, I thought I'm going to give myself some time to reevaluate what do I actually want to do for 2024 after I was trying to do so much in 2023, yet I had hardly any time to do it all. So now I've had some time to sort of put my priorities in order, set out a plan for what I want to do, and I'm happy to share it with you. Since the switch to full-time, I've ramped it up to be doing 10 listings a day consistently every single day. I've tried to mix up what sort of stock I'm working on as well, as I've got bits and bobs of everything, yet I very much prioritize the stuff I enjoy, like video games and toys and collectibles and stuff. Yet I've got hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth of stock in other categories that I've just avoided listing, that I've accumulated over the past year, but I just haven't got round to listing it. So now is the time to go fully in, get everything that's in my dev pile onto the eBay store. It's going to be over 1,000 listings plus once everything's on there, and I'm currently sitting at around 200. So we've got our work cut out for us. As well as listing 10 a day, I've also gone through my store and taken anything off which is under the £5 price point, just because I'm trying to raise the average sale price this year. I don't want to be selling anything which is just pointless in me selling it, or it ends up costing me money, which at the end of last year I realized I had made that mistake on a few items, pricing them too low or just trying to clear them out of the store, and then it ended up costing me money to post them. So now I've got my head screwed on right, I can fully commit to the business. Let's not make any mistakes along the way and ramp up everything as much as we can. As a part of me losing my full-time editing job, I did actually have a work laptop that I was working from and had all of my content, all of my assets on there. I unfortunately had to give that back. I did manage to sort of download all of my files, my assets, my projects and things onto a Google Drive. So I've got that all stored safe, ready for me to access it again. But we're now in the phase where I've got to save up for a new laptop if I want to continue to do any freelance editing work, which is inevitably the case, and that is going to be my goal. I want to save up to get a new laptop and then continue offering my services as a freelance video editor. With that being more of my career path and something I want to be doing into the future, that's definitely the goal for this. But I'm just trying to take this time to actually have some fun, soak up this business and for what it is, and like fully commit to it. Because over these past sort of couple of years, you can tell yourself you're a part-time reseller, but it still sort of feels like a hobby. Like, yes, I'm actively buying to resell, but I'm doing it in the time I have rather than carving out the time for it. So now every day I'm actively on the eBay store or up in the reselling headquarters, getting listings done, working through the old stock and trying to ramp up these sales numbers. Fortunately, I have been able to buy myself some time. I was paid a decent amount of money at the end to sort of cover expenses for a couple of months. So I've got a couple of months to find my feet and fully get this machine rolling. Let's see if we can do it. The plan for the YouTube side of things, now that I'm only editing off my phone, I'm not going to be trying to make things super complicated or over edit anything. Instead of looking at it as something that's setting me back, I'm trying to see it as like an opportunity to actually get more creative. Because sometimes if you have limitless options, you kind of stick to one path and the things that you know because everything else is a bit scary. But being confined to only working on this one app or having to work on my phone forces me to do things a certain way and think outside of the box. I've got plenty of new content ideas lined up and things I want to explore, new videos I want to try, but that's all to come in the future. I've still got a backlog of content that I'd filmed over the past year, and even stock that's never made it in front of the camera. So all of that is still to come. As it's Wednesday, I wanted to take this as the first time to go and show you what's sold up in the Reselling HQ. First up, we have this country and leisure wear extra large gilet. I've started listing all the clothing that I've been accumulating, and this is one of the first sales of all of that. So it's actually quite exciting. I bought this for $4.99 in a charity shop, and I sold it for $12.99. Next up, we have this metal harmonica. I don't remember paying anything for this. I think it was actually an old Christmas gift I got in a stock-in or something like that. But we sold it for $2.99 plus postage. Next up, I sold these pair of beanie frogs. They're sort of like a vintage style fabric. There's no official brand or label on them or anything. They seem to be sort of a handmade product, but they're a similar style to a very popular brand. I think it's called like Liberty State or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But I sold them for $9.99 for the pair, and I don't think they actually cost me anything. I think they were gifted to me. Then we've had some sales on stuff that I've literally listed within the past 24 hours. First up, we have this PS4 game bundle. I've tried selling these games individually before and they didn't sell for me. Again, trying to sort of take things out of pricing them for like £3 each. And instead of having lower listings like that, bundle them together and sell them for a higher lot. So I sold this bundle for £12.45 plus postage. And you've got Far Cry 4, Doom, Fallout 76 and Far Cry 5, the gold edition in there. The next sale, this one literally sold within 20 minutes of listing on eBay. The Last of Us Remastered on the PS4, sold it for £9. Again, within 24 hours, Mario Kart on the Wii. This does actually contain the original stickers that came from the Nintendo shop. I sold this one for £13.49. And then the last sale that came in this morning was this PS4 copy of Batman Arkham Knight. It's the Steelbook edition. It doesn't contain any of the DLCs, but I reckon that's why it's sold. People love the steelbooks. It's good if you're a collector. It looks nice on the shelf. But I sold this one for $12.99. So those are just a few solds over the past couple of days. There'll be plenty more to share. Stay tuned for a video on Saturday. Next up is listing this stack of games that I've been cleaning up this morning. That's everything for this video. Thank you very much for joining me. Here's to being a full-time reseller, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.